And we begin this news bulletin with some parliamentary matters, because the majority leader of Gambia's National Assembly, Honorable Bleji Tunkara, on Wednesday tabled a motion that seeks the formation of a special select committee to investigate the alleged financial, or alleged sales of former President Jammeh's forfeited assets amid mounting scrutiny of transparency and accountability. The move by the Assembly has been viewed as a major step towards addressing long-standing public concerns over the sale and disposal of assets linked to the former president. Our reporter Khadija Jallo tells us more of that in this report.
In a significant parliamentary session on Wednesday, Honorable Bleji Tunkara, majority leader and member for Kantoro constituency, tabled a motion seeking the establishment of a special select committee to investigate the sale and disposal of assets by the Jammeh Commission. The commission had been tasked with probing the financial activities of public institutions during the 22-year regime of former President Yahya Jammeh. The motion was introduced under Section 109, subsection 2 of the Constitution and Order 95, subsection 5 of the National Assembly's standing orders, invoking the Assembly's mandate to oversee the executive and promote good governance. Tunkara, who also serves on the Committee of Selection, proposed that the new Special Select Committee be empowered to examine the legal frameworks, procedural integrity, and accountability mechanisms applied during the sale and disposal of the assets in question.
1. Inquire into the list of assets identified by the Commission and determine which assets were sold, transferred, or otherwise disposed of. 2. Investigate the legal and administrative processes used in the disposal of the said assets, including the authority under which they were sold. Assess whether all action taken in accordance with the laws of the Gambia, particularly laws and policies relating to procurement, anti-corruption, and public finance. Examine the valuation, pricing, and procurement methods used to determine assets, values, and identify any discrepancies or undervaluation. Investigate whether the valuations and sales were transparent, competitive, and in the interest. And corporate entities, assessing whether the proper procedures were followed, or procedural irregularities occurred.
The motion outlines that the Committee of Selection will nominate members of the panel, with the mover of the motion, Tunkara, serving as lead investigator. The clerk of the Assembly may also appoint specialists to support the work, which includes background checks, evidence gathering, and drafting the final report. That report is expected within 120 days of the committee's first sitting. The motion received overwhelming support from members, including Honorable Seni Jawara, who seconded it. Honorable Kebalang Fofana, a nominated member, also welcomed the motion, but raised concerns about the establishment of the committee. He urges colleagues to ensure that the process remains inclusive and non-partisan.
Okay, of the first paragraph, which starts with the word disposal. And I'll read. Disposal of the assets identified by the Commission of Inquiry. Honorable Speaker, I believe if we do not qualify this phrase and we leave it as it is, it would serve as a limiting factor and further impede the scope and mandate of the committee we are about to establish. Honorable Speaker, why I'm saying this is, first, the committee must establish in full how much were the assets of the former president. The committee must equally establish how much was accounted for. Naturally, the gap will be the unaccounted one before going into the procedures. But if we limit the committee into the assets that were only identified by the Jammeh Commission, what about the assets that were not identified? And to qualify this further, Honorable Speaker, I will refer the Assembly to the white paper that was issued by the government on page 2. Paragraph 4, I will read paragraph 4, 5, and 6. to qualify why we need to really improve on the scope of the committee.
Meanwhile, Honorable Jibimbalo of Lower Fulado West constituency offered a more direct take, cautioning fellow lawmakers against political posturing and reminding the chamber that the public is already aware of much of what transpired regarding Jammeh'S assets.
This noble motion in the assembly, but my head is down today, and all members' heads should be down. We bear witness that this matter should not have been dealt with today. We have a key function to do as people representative. And we were here when the phony councillor and these phony people will take it to be APRC. Why now? The truth must prevail. And again, I thank the youth, but advise them to protest on permit. Look, no member was denied bringing a motion in this house on this matter. No member. Why do we want to portray before the gallery that we were more concerned when the matter have not come from the youth? Why are we playing on the gallery? Why do we want to fool one another in this country? Why? This is very sad that the National Assembly, being a duty bearer on performing an oversight, and this is right before every Gambian. We all know what happened to Jammeh'S asset, and we know how the commission was set up. Today we're sitting down playing on the gallery as we really mean business. That's why I said my head is down. And we must admit, there is something that we must admit. There was a commission called the Alkali Commission. There was no protest, no nothing that happened in this country. This is showing you that the democracy that we all fought for is a reality today in the Gambia, and thanks to the government of the day.
The renewed parliamentary focus comes amid growing momentum from civil society and youth-led groups such as Gala, Gambians Against Looted Assets, demanding greater transparency in the aftermath of Jammeh'S era. Whether the findings of the Special Select Committee will spark deeper reforms or simply add to the political record now rests in the execution of its mandate and the final recommendations it delivers. For African News, Khadija